And in the background there, that was Rusty Robbie going flying off onto the infield. Hannibal Morris Knight just behind these guys. And it looks like Colts Jug in the Porsche right behind him on his tail as well. Or is that 13th Fate? Maybe 13th Fate. Yes, it is indeed. That's Colts Jug there in front of him. Oh, is that in the back? Hang on, that's Dalavan going off. Dalavan, what is going on? Lecky spins out at the back. Dalavan out at the back. That is 13th Fate there. Meanwhile, we got Dennis leading the race at the front. We got 2 wide coming into the chicane. What's going to happen here? Carl's Maury up the inside of Mo, up into second place through the chicane. Viper looking to feast on these guys. His remains here as we come into the last corner. Is Viper going to have a look up the inside? No, thinks better of it. Mo covers the corner as they come around the last turn to complete lap 1. Dennis leads the way. 2.5 seconds. This is gap to Carl's Maury. And is Viper going to go for a move up the inside down the straight here on the start of the second lap? Can he go for a move? Not quite close enough maybe. Hard on the brakes in this downhill braking section to the right hand side. It's a very tricky one to get right. Then you go back up the hill again for the Mercedes Arena. And another tight left-hander. You can take a lot more speed in there than you think you can. It's a second, third gear corner. A lot of people take it in first. They're not doing it right. And you can see there Mo holding the position at the moment from Viper. Doing a good job. These guys both on the back of Carl's Maury. This battle for second place is going to rage on and on in the background. RS Brasco also closing in on these guys. Colts Jug not too far behind them. It's a hell of a race here. We're on lap 2 here at the Nurburgring of this 15-minute sprint race. It's no mandatory stop. It's just a sprint race to the line. That's how we do it. Back with our battle for second place, we've got Carl's Maury just ahead of Mo in second spot at the moment, but he's got Viper right on him as well through the chicane. Carl's Maury holding it. Viper had a little look up the inside there going into the last corner, but thought better of that on the move on Mo. And in the background all the time, Big RS Brasco closing in on these guys. And it looks like Jockey has got Hannibal Moore for company as well as we come into the last corner. Maybe he's just overtaken him. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but looking back, looks like all the other guys pretty spread out at the moment. But Carl's Moore cannot get rid of Mo at the moment. He's right on the back of him as we come through the Mercedes Arena, and a little bit of curb on the exit there for Carl's won't help him at all. Mo definitely on the back of him now. But it gets a nice exit out of the arena, and Mo gets a slowdown. That's going to Mo spun. So that was a spin from Mo, and that's allowed Viper and RS Brasco to take up the position. So Mo's down to 5th at the moment. There, disaster in the water for him at the moment. Looking back at the battle for second, Carl's Maury is just about holding on for this. Oh, Viper almost collected him into the hairpin. Very late on the brakes. Viper didn't really anticipate that Carl's Maury would be so early on the brakes, and that almost caused an accident, but Viper just about getting it going. Carl's Maury with his mirrors full. His attention is going to be absolutely focused on what Viper's doing behind him, and Viper there doing a little flash of the lights saying, "Come on, let me past, I'm faster than you." But Carl's saying, "No, you're not coming past me." So these guys, they're going to have to get it done on the track if they want to get the position. As we come down into the valley section now. Carl's Maury holding on at the moment. Is Viper going to go for a move coming into the final chicane? Is he going to go for a dive? Looks like he thought about it, but then thought, oh, he's gone for it! He's gone for it! Viper all goes for the move. Carl's Maury just about holds him up. Viper onto the grass. He's going to lose loads of time there. Viper losing bags of time, bags of potential there, and he's got RS Brasco right behind him as we come through the final turn. So unbelievable drama here at the Nurburgring. Viper, oh my goodness. Viper holding on for the final podium spot grimly, but looks like RS Brasco now on the back of him, and in turn Carl's Maury just about keeping his car there, but he's facing some stiff competition from Viper and RS Brasco at the moment. Our leader Dennis has checked out completely. He's got a lead of 7 seconds now on lap 4. Superb job from him. Really has been the class of the field in this run, as he has been in quite a few of the races recently. So hats off to Dennis for consistently performing and showing us why he's one of the best in the GTE category. Looks like Carl's Maury's shaking off the challenge just a little bit of these guys. No, it looks like Viper now coming under pressure from Brasco for 3rd place. The final podium spot, as we keep saying. Colts Jog seems to have a bit of pressure now from Dalavan. He's definitely closing in on him. Coltsjog just 1.5 seconds ahead of him. But having said that, that could be the Constantina effect, because when I look at it on track, it doesn't seem to be as close as the timing screens suggest. Back with our battle for third. Lig RS, Brasco all over the back of Viper. In the background, Mo's lost a little bit of time to these guys. We did see his spin in the Mercedes arena cost him bags of time. So possibly he could be closing in. We'll see at the end of this lap what the lap times are and see what the pecking order is. It looks like Jockey, who was on pole position in this one, actually took pole by quite a convincing margin, down in P6. I'm sure he'll be closing onto the back of Mo in a short while. But it's as you were at the moment. Viper just ahead of Lig RS Brasco for the final podium spot. Out of the last turn, is Brasco going to get a good run out of the final turn? Not good enough to really challenge him down the pit straight, I would say. Although having said that, look at that defending from Viper, really weaving around and trying to stop him from getting too close. I don't think he needs to at this point. I think he's far enough ahead. Oh, Brasco very late on the brakes. Almost ran into the back of him. Just about kept it together. Good driving there from Brasco. In the background, Mo definitely losing these guys now. And Jockey is closing in on him. So Jockey will be all over the back of Mo in a lap or two's time. And I don't think Mo's going to have that much of an answer to him. I honestly think he will be a sitting duck when Jockey gets to him. Because Jockey, with the pace, we saw in qualifying, pole position, 151.7. Was actually the time that he actually set in qualifying. Phenomenal talent from this man. Carlos Maury looking pretty content in that second place spot at the moment, but he's got Viper and Brasco going at it behind him as we come into the hairpin, and Viper taking a very defensive line there from Brasco. He knows that Brasco can be a bit of a banzai on the brakes, so he's going to be very wary of that Porsche behind him, and he's going to be looking out and trying to defend the position anywhere he can. So, because he knows what Brasco's like. Brasco can be an absolute last second slam on the brakes type guy. Into Dunlop. These guys keeping it together for now though. But a little bit of a, I don't know if that was a twitch or if that was a defensive move there from Viper, but he does seem to be, he keeps doing that on the exit of corners. He will launch the car across the track in a sort of sideways motion. I don't know if it's him losing control of the car or if it's him defending the line. We'll have to ride on board with him. Oh my goodness! It looks like Viper's lost the control and Lig RS Brasco's up the inside, but it looks like, oh my goodness, Viper back up the inside of the last turn. This guy's going to go wheel to wheel out the final corner down the pit straight, and it looks like Viper's just about out onto the position, but Lig RS Brasco is going to have a go at him down the pit straight. He's in the slipstream. Is he going to go to the inside? It looks like Viper's going to leave it wide open, but no, he defends the line. Last second he defends the line, and there's contact. There's contact between the two into turn one. It looked to me as anyway like it looked very much like Viper made a very last second decision there to defend the line, and Lig RS Brasco had nowhere to go and in the end lost control of the car, which ultimately ended in him spearing into the side of him. And the upshot of it is that Brasco now holds the final podium spot, third place, but this has allowed Mo and Jockey to close onto the back of him, so now this is going to be a four-way battle here for the final podium spot. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth occupied by Lig RS Brasco, Viper, Mo and Lig RS Jockey. These guys are going to go at it in the final few laps here. We're into the final 4 minutes, or almost into the final 4 minutes of this sprint race here. No mandatory pit stop in this one. It's a straight sprint to the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an unbelievable finish. Incredible stuff from these guys. Fantastic driving, but a little bit of Rowings racing in parts, but I'd say it's been pretty good in this one. Oh, there's a spin in the background. Mo's lost the car, and that will lose him the chance of finishing on the podium. I think sixth is the best that he can do now with that little spin. Unfortunate for him, but this battle for third place rages on. Looks like Lig RS Brasco's got it at the moment, but I'm sure that Viper wants it, as does Lig RS Brasco's teammate, which is Jockey. In the background there, not too far behind these guys, hunting them down. Our pole sitter, remember, in qualifying, set a cracking lap in our qualifying session, and he will look to replicate that form in the final few laps and get himself on the podium. It's been a torrid race for him, but he could cap it off with something good happening at the end of this one and get himself on the podium. Anything can happen here in the final couple of laps. I believe this is going to be the penultimate lap here, so we've got 2 laps left to go here at the Nurburgring. and then we will see the checkered flag waved. I'm pretty sure that Dennis has got this one in the bag, barring any sort of absolute total mess up at the end of this race. He's got this one in the bag. He's got a 9-second lead to Karlsmori. Karlsmori's done well to shake off the challenge of these guys behind him and actually get himself into some clear air. He's been setting some good lap times, actually. 153s for Karlsmori. Solid job there from him. And it looks like second place is his, barring any kind of total disaster. And actually, looking at Brasco, he's pulled out the gap to Viper. Viper's coming under. Oh, Brasco! Jockey's gone around the outside of Viper. And Jockey is up into P4. Good move there from Jockey. Made the move on the outside of Viper, and looks like he's going to make it stick as we're coming down into the hairpin. Let's see if Viper can fight back. I think he's too far back. He definitely is too far back to do anything about that. Hard on the brakes. Oh, Jockey's not very confident through the hairpin, but having said that, I think that he's got the position down. Viper not close enough, and I think that will be see you later for Jockey. Jockey now can set after his teammate Brasco. Is there enough laps left in this race for him to reel him in and possibly pass him? There's just a second separating him, and you can see Jockey visibly closing in on him. Obviously his teammate's in the Porsche, he's in the Ferrari, so definitely something to prove in this one between which car's the best. These guys running the same name, Liga RS. I'm not sure which what it is, but they always seem to be pretty quick. We're going to come into the final chicane now, and there's not much between these guys. As our leader starts the final lap, Dennis has only got one more round to go, and he will be the winner of this GTE race here at Germany, Nurburgring, here in the Eifel Mountains. He's done an excellent job here as he navigates the Mercedes arena for the final time. Crowds are on their feet. Very impressed with his performance so far in this race. Karlsmori coming round in second place now. Good job there from Karlsmori. And here it is. Oh my goodness! Jockey's made the move on his teammate. Jockey's up into P3. Can he keep it going through the Mercedes arena? Looks like the Porsche might be throwing out on the outside, but the Ferrari has the inside. Is the Porsche going to go for a dive? No. Jockey covers it off. Liga RS Jockey up into P3. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh my goodness! He's just about got it. Jockey holds the inside, and he's going to keep the position. Jockey up into P3. Can Brasco fight back on this final lap here at the Nurburgring? It's all to play for. We have got three quarters of a lap to go, maybe 2/3 now. We're through the first sector. Jockey just about holding on. Brasco, I'm sure, will be wanting to fight back, but Jockey with the superior pace in the laps previous definitely should be pulling away. But Brasco's not willing to give this one up, giving it absolutely everything and more. For all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the final lap. Half a lap to go here at the Nurburgring, and these guys are going to give it absolutely everything to finish. Oh, look at Jockey's gone very, very wide there. It looks like he might. Oh, I think he's just about far enough ahead to hold on to the position ahead of his teammate. But this is going to be close. Could Viper maybe throw himself into the mix and get fourth place ahead of Brasco? I think it's too late now. The Dennis crosses the line to win the race here at the Nurburgring. Fantastic drive. Karlsmori is going to come home in second place. But it's all about what's going to happen here for our final podium spot. It looks like Liga RS Jockey's going to hold on and take third ahead of Brasco. Viper finishes in fifth. Massive congratulations to Dennis. Totally dominated that race. Really fantastic win. Congratulations, Dennis. Well done. Mo comes over the line in sixth place. 13th Fate. Looks like, oh, it's going to be close between 13th Fate and Dalavan. Looks like 13th Fate's going to hold on for 7th place here. Dalavan right behind him. Hannibal Moore is going to finish in 9th. He's just coming into the final chicane now. Lecky a little bit further back in 10th. He'll complete the top 10 in the Ford GT. Colts Jug will bring it home in 11th.
Als Kommentator. Ja, so viele verstehen wir kein Englisch.